Today is Friday, February 27th, the 58th day of 2015.
And you're listening to This and That on The Wire. Good afternoon, Norman, Oklahoma. Welcome to This and That. I'm Keegan Mina. Along with me are my partners in crime, Jeremy Deere and Angel Burke. This and That, we're on every Friday afternoon from 1 to 3 Central Time. Why? Because we are in the heart of America. That's right, people. Norman, Oklahoma. You can listen to us here on The Wire by going online to wire.ou.edu. That again is wire.ou.edu. You can also stream us on livestream.com/TheWireOU. And you can also download the TuneIn Radio app. Make sure to search Wire, Your Student Radio, and you will find our station. You can also call us at 405-325-WIRE. That again is 405-325-WIRE. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/ThisAndThatWire. Not and, but the letter N, This and That Wire. Our Twitter is at This and That Wire, and we are on Gmail, thisandthatwire@gmail.com. If you are a musician or in a band or an artist or a director of some sort and you're in the Oklahoma City Metro, please let us know. We're always looking for talented musicians, talented actors, talented everything to provide us insight on the local scenes throughout Oklahoma City. Plus, Jeremy and I and Angel, we're all big advocates of local music, local art, so please let us know. Tell your friends. Keep on rocking. Well, Jer, it's the beginning of 2015. It's cold. It's snowing right now. And we have...
It's a snowy show today.
And we have a new co-host, ladies and gentlemen. You had her on our show before last year, Angel Burke.
Yes.
Our avid listener
She's going to provide
will
us
know who she is.
all the greatness that is This and That.
I will do what I can for sure.
What's the matter with your voice?
I have a little bit of raspiness going on right now. Yeah, a little Emma Stone, so bear with me.
Little Emma Stone.
So what have you been up to since the last time you were on the show?
School. It's been my life, and work when I can, but beyond that, I don't really have a life. That's pretty sad, isn't it?
That's about the gist of it for me. Just school and work when I can, and then the relationship takes up the rest.
There you go.
I just got back from Arizona. Beautiful, warm Arizona.
Yeah, how was the trip, man? I'd seen on Facebook that you hurt yourself.
Yeah,
Tell us about it.
It's a funny story. I cut my knuckle open, and I had to get 4 stitches. So I got to travel with the OU baseball team on last Tuesday, and we flew from Oklahoma City to Phoenix. And I kid you not, 30 minutes when we arrived in Phoenix, I was putting my equipment in those charter buses, and they had those luggage compartments at the bottom where you put all the luggage. And I had all this equipment. I had like this camera case and all these tripod cases and all this stuff. And as I'm shoving this stuff in, because I was the last person to put all my stuff in, I hit the roof of the luggage compartment. Like there's some like metal bar that was there, and it like sliced open my knuckle.
Ow.
And I had to go to the ER later that night. Luckily, the baseball team was real nice to me about it.
They hooked you up, didn't they?
Yeah, they hooked me up. Went to the ER.
So did you get them taken out yet?
I got them taken out last night, actually.
Or where'd you go?
I just plucked them out.
I told you it's
Ew,
easy.
really?
Yeah, he said he didn't know how to do it. And I was like, YouTube.
I just went on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just snip it. Make sure you like get rubbing alcohol and clean everything before you do it.
You don't want no infection.
just
I was going to say, that's how infections start when people take over a doctor's
I used
role.
antibiotics and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
But
I'm glad you're here today, for sure.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. We almost
you didn't
lost
bleed
him.
out or anything.
It was
he's not
it was
laying there
gushing
with
out blood.
fingerless.
It was like any kind of funny slapstick comedy film with blood gushing out. It was just like
Attractive.
shooting. Oh man,
Very cool.
it was great.
Yum.
Other than that, the weather was sure delightful in Arizona. We went to all these spring training baseball sites. We went to Sloan Park where the Cubs train. We went to Surprise, Arizona, where the Rangers and the Royals train. We went to Goodyear where the Indians and the Reds train. It was overall.
Did you get to
super-
cut loose and go out and do anything?
I had the ability to, but honestly, there was nothing to do really.
Oh, and Lent too. I forgot.
Yeah, the Lent started up, so. And luckily the coach was Catholic, so they had fish on Fridays and on Ash Wednesday, so that looked out for me.
Got
But anyway, later on the show, in a few minutes, we'll have legendary legend.
Legendary.
Wait for it. I hope you're not lactose
Dun, dun,
intolerant.
dun, dun, dun.
Dairy person. Chris Turner on. He's
Media mogul.
He's done almost anything you can think of, and he's helped me and Jeremy a lot in our early broadcast careers. He's got us our first big jobs, and he always, if he ever needs help, he always comes and gets us. So.
Oh yeah, and he'll be on later to talk to us about what all he's been up to, and kind of say what's up to our listeners out
Share
there.
his awesomeness.
If you like
Oh, yeah.
movies or if you like sports, you like media of some sort, he's got some stories to tell. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you like our Facebook page, though. We really need those likes.
And follow us on Twitter because, we like to tweet.
Yeah. Angel, do you have Twitter?
I do not.
Oh.
Do you have
Yeah.
Facebook page?
I have Facebook. Yeah, absolutely.
Can people just search you and find you?
Yes.
The Angel? Okay.
The Angel. Yes, the Angel Burke, for sure.
TheAngelBurke.com.
You can also give her a shout out on the This and That Facebook page. So, if
I
you
love
wanna-
shout outs.
Yeah.
So-
So speaking of shout outs, I already put the post up. So you guys make sure you just click a like, man. We'll give you a holler. We'll group in the people from last week because if you guys didn't know it was a pre-record, I just sat in here. I don't know if y'all watched me on the cameras or not, but I just sat in here and laughed at my own jokes.
Yeah, we
'Cause you're that
try to
funny.
trick everybody because I had to go out of town.
Yeah, he
I
was
wasn't gonna
gone.
be able to be
so
there. So
I
we
figured why spoil it? The first show. Let's just do a pre-record.
it
That was the
cool.
other reason. That's why I had the delay on Angel joining us because it was a last-minute decision, and I don't think we could get her
couldn't
in
work it, yeah.
an hour or two notice.
I'm so sorry.
Those are some spiffy new little headphones you got on there.
Yeah, I got them for Christmas. I never used them.
Awesome, dude. They sound good.
Oh yeah,
That's all that matters.
Full of the bass. They're better than those Beats by Dre.
They got more bass.
Oh,
than
we
got
got a
more
hater in the
bass.
room.
Haters, total
I'm
hater.
seeing a hater.
Yeah.
So, was the dress black and blue or?
Oh my God, don't.
Oh my God. Hashtag no dress.
You're a bandwagoner. Don't even bring that up.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. You know we don't talk about those.
Well,
things. I've actually seen a picture of a black and blue dress that's exactly the same one as the gold, but I don't know. Anybody in the industry, and I'm pretty sure when we get Mr. Turner on here later, he'll agree that the picture just wasn't white. It was white balance to the background and not to the dress itself. So the white made it look blue, and
I had no idea what I thought a friend of mine
They
bought
got-
the dress and was asking like our group of friends this question, what color was it? But then I went on like Twitter and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a big.
slow news day.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's what
Last
that
night,
was.
I went to bed, did not see anything about it on
did.
Facebook. Woke up this morning and it was like, boom, like it was the hot news. It was
Yeah.
like, this
I think
is
it's
Something and
intense.
llamas. Apparently llamas were a big thing too.
What?
Something about llamas?
I haven't seen anything about llamas.
No?
Tell me more.
I don't know. Apparently like llamas just took over as much as the dress did. Like
Wearing
Llamas ran around Arizona, and that was a big topic. If the listeners were just listening to the show prior to us about 10 minutes ago, they were just talking about that. So and the
Uh-huh.
dress
Oh, wow.
and some other stuff that we'll
it's
probably
a hot topic,
Mm.
try
apparently.
to cover and try not to cover and all that stuff. Anyways, you're listening to This and That on the Wire.
we're gonna come back with Mr. Chris Turner, so make sure you keeps tuning in.
It's the show that ruins your college experience.
Keegan and Jeremy, you guys suck.
This and That on the Wire, your student radio.
It is your student radio, and this is that. This and That.
Lyra. She
Lyra
thinks
Lou.
we stink. Welcome back to This and That. Keegan Mina, Angel Burke, Jeremy Deere. We are here with the fabulous, the amazing Chris Turner of Island Grill Media and Entertainment. Chris, thanks for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for coming on a snowy day.
Hey, thanks for inviting me. It's good to be here on Angel's first day as well.
Yeah, it's a first for a lot of firsts for everybody.
And it's our first snow day.
First snow day show. Wow, we're
This is
just
epic.
I know.
This is our
Thanks.
first
gonna be epic.
of many firsts.
That's right. A lot of firsts here taking place.
So, Chris, we met you like back when we were over at Rose State. You were one of Skip Lechnis' students, and you really got us our first job over at the Red Hawks. And then you helped. We helped you out with several other things: Women's College World Series. We helped you out with Al Eschbeck's TV show. You've pretty much helped us steer our way to where we are now. So,
Exactly.
thanks. Appreciate it.
Should I say you're welcome or I apologize? I don't know.
There's a lot of stories to be had, it sounds like.
Yeah, so tell us about you and your company that you founded and where it's
Well,
going. Where
Basically,
you're going.
what happened is I was a employee here at the University of Oklahoma. I directed an on-campus broadcast department for quite a few years, and in 2012, parted ways, and I created Island Grill Media and Entertainment. Officially, it's called Island Grill Productions. The reason it's called that is there were a couple of guys that called me way back in 2009, and they wanted to create a tailgating grilling show. And so once once that project was handed to me, we decided to create a company that sort of fit what that was. So I love being on islands that don't snow, hopefully, or cold.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, so we decided to create Island Grill Media and Entertainment, and it's really kind of blossomed pretty well. I actually have two divisions. You guys have actually worked in both of them. One side is the production aspect of it, which has really taken off over the last year. Do a lot of documentary and short film work. Have a lot of people who call me and help them develop short films.
Yeah.
From all over the world, actually, which is kind of a neat thing. It's sometimes very flattering because people will call me and say, hey, I saw this thing that you have on your Vimeo page, or I saw this production that you worked with this gentleman on or this actress on. Could you help me get this off the ground? And it's a give and take type deal because you get a little bit of that tease money and you develop it. But then what happens is when you develop, the thing I've learned about this business is you have to have lots and lots of patience because basically you can develop a great script, you can develop a great sizzle, you can develop a whole lot of stuff. And you can sit it on somebody's desk and it may sit there for a long, brutally long time. To a point of where you're just forgetting about it. And as a matter of fact, I got a call last week about a project that I developed way back in the middle of 2012, and we just blew it off. We just thought, okay, they didn't like it. They never called us back. And then last week they called us and said, hey, I was looking at that DVD you sent me. And I was like, I sent that DVD to you in May of 2012. Yeah, let's how much do you think that's going to cost?
Oh, my God.
They just didn't even think of that. They just kept on moving. Yeah, great. How much is that going to cost? And you're like, holy cow. So
That just happened.
yeah, exactly. So it is. You just got to be very, very patient. The other side of the business that I do is sports, which you guys have helped as well. We handle a lot of sports and even regional stuff. I do a lot with the Goodyear Cotton Bowl now, no longer the AT&T Cotton Bowl, and then handling stuff like the NCAA Women's College World Series that takes place here in Oklahoma City.
So since this is college radio and a lot of our listeners are students, what would you say the best way for them to break into the industry and get their foot in the door?
Okay, I want to say something here, and it's kind of funny you brought up the phrase "break into the industry." Getting into the industry, it's not like you're going into a bank. You don't have to put a mask on. You don't have to get guns or anything. You just got to work your way into it. There's really no way to break into it. There's a lot of hard sweat equity and a lot of really you got to have thick skin. I mean, you got to be willing. I have called people and had them, other people would think of them as being very rude. I can't believe that person just talked to me that way, and they'll walk out and storm off, and they never talk to these people again.
Yeah.
I've had people talk to me like that, and, I just mark that down as a no, and the next thing I know, I'll have that same person call me X amount of weeks, months, like I said, a couple of years later, and they'll call me about something completely different and have forgotten that they've had that conversation with me.
Yeah.
And in the back of my mind is like, sorry, son. But in the front of my mind is going, wait a minute, here's a check coming. So you have to have a lot of wherewithal. You have to have very thick skin, a lot of patience, and it's just a lot of sweat equity you got to put into this business. Whether you're going to be a director, whether you're going to be a cinematographer, an editor, a grip. There's a lot of stuff going on, and the business is ever changing. You guys have all read the stories, Steven Spielberg and several other people, the WGA Awards even a few weeks back. You've had people basically saying in the not too distant future, the idea of going to a movie theater and watching movies is probably going to go away.
No,
you're going to have a lot of people are watching more stuff on television. Your better stories are on TV. You now have Amazon has their own streaming thing. Netflix. I mean, just today.
Yeah.
This is sad news for me.
No. It's great news for you because there's more opportunity.
Okay, I see that perspective.
Yeah, the idea of the big screen is going to go. There will always be theaters. It's sort of what's happened to the drive-in theater, which I don't know if you guys.
I've never been to one.
Which is
it's amazing.
Yeah,
you have to go.
It truly is. It's sad.
It's like being in the All-American. It's going and sitting in the back of a
truck.
Yeah. And then enjoying popcorn and being with family and enjoying that moment. I mean, that's what I love about movies.
And you can actually talk and you can enjoy the movie with friends without having to sit there and worry about disturbing other people around you.
Yeah,
best kind of memories.
And depending on what type of night it is, I mean, you can actually enjoy a beverage out of a can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
An adult
That
beverage.
too.
I'm not for sure exactly how much we can market that stuff.
No.
But those have sort of died off.
Yeah.
And now you have the theaters. But if you look at it, there's a lot of the old megaplexes, the 16 and 17 screen theaters that have gone away, and now you get more stuff like the ones that are surviving are the Warren theaters.
Good old Warren.
And the theater that's in Bricktown. Those are staying around. But you now have a lot of people who are saying, you know what, I'm going to stay home and I'm going to watch it on TV.
Especially with home theater systems and everything. I mean, 9.1 surround sound now is affordable for people at home. I mean, and projectors and the high quality, high def pictures are just as good sitting at home without the sticky floor and the people complaining around you.
I kind
And
of
you
see
can
a
push
different
pause.
view. I'm kind of old school though, but I enjoy going in there and having that popcorn smell hit you in the face and seeing all
It's
different kinds of
nostalgia.
characters.
Yeah.
Sitting there and enjoying the film, the surround sound, the music, and everything. It's something about that. You can't recreate it at home. It's different.
I like when I'm the only person in the theater.
Exactly.
When you go
That's-
see a movie that's been out for like 3 weeks, and you
Yep.
go like 2 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, and you get to take it, and it's just the whole place is to yourself,
Yeah,
and it
exactly,
feels like that movie's
exactly.
just for you. And that's a great feeling.
That's amazing.
But Chris, you're not only have you done all this stuff, you're also an owner and operator, so you have to pay your employees too. And in this business, being independent, how hard is that for you to have all these guys and have all these contracts? And because you've told me you've had problems with people in the past, you may not be working with certain people, but it's probably really difficult.
You have to keep that bearing of trust because there are vendors who I've had who have slowed and no paid me for a very, very long time. And you sometimes have to balance that out of, okay, at which point do I say, hey, enough's enough and I'm not going to do this anymore, or okay, I'm going to kind of keep doing it because I eventually think it's going to work. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes in this particular market, it's a little bit worse than others, but we won't go too terribly too far in that.
So you played football here under Coach Switzer back in the 80s.
I held blocking dummies.
Okay,
I was
but
on the team,
you
but
were
I
on the
held
team.
blocking
Hey, I
dummies.
do have a DVD that I haven't got you of you playing.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there
that's
is
awesome.
evidence that you did play.
We need to put that on the page.
But you also went to USC for film school.
I went out there and took after I left the University of Oklahoma, a good friend of mine, Rex Lynn, and Kevin Meyer. Rex is an actor. Currently, he's on State of Affairs. He was Senator Burke in State of Affairs. He's getting ready to be in an HBO series that's coming out. I'm trying to remember the guys he was throwing it at me. I want to say it's called The Brink. It's going to be a
Very
mini
cool.
series out this summer. And he's originally from Oklahoma City. Became a very good friend of mine. We worked with each other on a couple of documentaries while I was here at OU. He introduced me to a guy named Kevin Meyer, who is a well-acclaimed screenwriter, and he has recently written a couple of different miniseries that's going to be on FX, and can't really discuss those yet because those aren't totally out of the bag.
Sure.
But they do a lot of work with like Ed Harris and John Lithgow, and it was probably the 2 or 3 days after I left OU, they called me and said, "Hey, there's this really cool thing going on at USC, and it's an adult outreach type deal." And so it was a certificate type course that you took and learned a lot about film school. I already knew all the production aspect of it, so I went the direction of screenwriting and producing towards the screenwriter, and learned so much. It's kind of funny because I wrote some scripts for some documentaries back in 06 and 09, between 06 and 09, excuse me. And after taking that course, I go back and look at those scripts and I just go, oh my gosh, I was so bad at that.
Yeah. It's pretty much with anybody looking back and stuff like, really, was I saying stuff like that 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, there's stuff on my YouTube channel that I'm like, God, why did I even put this up?
I found a diary from when I was 8, so I top all of you.
wow.
You should bring that in and
I
do
shouldn't
excerpts.
say
And now
Come
an
on,
excerpt
it's
with
when
Angel
you're 8,
Burke.
you know?
Oh my God.
Come on, it's some every 8
It's
year
pretty
old.
awful. It's things like my
should
dog
do it.
ate my Reese's cup and
Yes.
I cried myself to sleep. It's pretty bad. I don't think you want to read this.
Dude, that's it. No,
Was
you
your
need
dog
to read
okay
it.
after that? They're not supposed to eat that
Yeah,
stuff.
no, we had to watch her for 24 hours, but yeah, she was okay. Yeah, maybe
That's
I
crazy.
will. We'll see.
Yeah, we need to do a segment where you come in and read excerpts.
And now we start with an intro. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Angel Burke and Poetry Night. Thank you.
Okay, if you put it that way, I think I will.
That'd be fantastic.
But Chris, you also you were on a movie set. Was it A Million Ways to Die in the West, or?
No kidding.
I spent about a day there. There's that, and there's a couple other movie sets. Again, it's interesting because the first part of my career in broadcasting, I spent either in a studio or working with Fox Sports or ESPN or on trucks, something like that. And those were pretty hard working. The movie sets that I've been on in a very limited fashion, just a lot of times it's just that these guys have asked me, hey, just come here and watch and we'll figure out a way. You can hand out bagels to guys and we'll pay you. I've never seen so many. It's like controlled chaos. I've never seen one place where there's so much working going on because one guy will say, let's take a 5-minute break. Actors are going over here. They don't really break. They're going over and getting makeup done. They're going over lines. The director is working with lighting, the grip, the DP to figure out how they want to change the shot. Sometimes they can go over and look at a shot and just say, you know what, I totally don't like the way that was lit, even though that's how I scripted it. We're going to totally change it around. No one really stops on a movie set until they basically finish. It seems like it's a 24-hour type deal because you got people that will go to their trailers and sleep, but you can hear stuff going all night long. So it's really nuts.
Oh my gosh.
It's very impressive.
How was craft services?
It's really good. How about that?
Short and
Everybody
sweet.
loves Crafty.
That's right. Some have been good. Some have not been so good. Some have basically just been Starbucks and Panera.
Really?
Yeah.
I always pictured it as a massive line of just all-you-can-eat buffets.
If you're, I'm sure that
I've
Michael
never
Bay and
seen
Steven
that.
Spielberg, Tom Hanks, guys like that, I bet they just got a long lineup. It's really funny. Clint Eastwood is probably known as one of the most efficient directors. He's got more energy at 84 than a lot of people do at 24.
My age.
Yeah.
But he goes about his movie making and his shot selection on a daily basis. And he will look at a script and say, okay, in this scene, there's 7 people, and 7 people have 7 different lines. And his thought process is you got 2 takes to get this done. Because we got to move this thing. He wants to get filming done and get into the edit deal. And there are stories of him that he'll be in there, and if an actor or actress is not ready, I just write that out of the script. Let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he's very efficient about what he does to get it done, but he has a lot of energy. And he's really good at change. He'll look at something and say, I don't even know I scripted it that way. Why don't we just do it this way?
Do you think that if some of those actors question him, do you think he says, "You feeling lucky"?
Yeah, really.
I just don't think anybody questions him.
I wouldn't. I'd be scared of Clint Eastwood. I
Yeah.
would not want to mess with Clint.
He's still a very large in stature person for 84. He's an amazing person. I don't want to be morbid, but someday we're just going to wake up and he's a treasure that's not going to be here. Forget all the politics of it. He has been a phenomenal actor, and if you go back and look at all the stuff he's done as a producer and a director and acting and screenwriting, he's just run the gamut of everything. So he is an amazing artist.
He's left huge footprints for people to follow.
That's
I
exactly
agree
right.
100%.
Well,
Yes.
speaking of waking up things and not being there, hopefully we'll wake up one day and the snow will be gone. Let's delve into some weather here real quick, and then we'll cut to a break. Today's got a high of 24, along with a winter weather advisory until 6 for central Oklahoma. Well, actually, most of Oklahoma. It's going to be a low of 20. Saturday looks like some more snow showers. It's saying wintry mix. High of 32, low of 29. 70% chance most of the day. And then Sunday, a little bit more rain, freezing rain, less snow. So it's going to be real bad Sunday. So make sure you guys stocked up already. Go out if you haven't already and get what you need to. When we come back, I have some really interesting news. Oregon has vicious owls. Or has a vicious owl. People will buy just about anything. And also a dog's remarkable mission. You're listening to This and That on The Wire, your student radio.
You're listening to This and That with Keegan
Let me just tell a story and I can make it really good.
and Jeremy
I'm covered in blood. The pig is dead on the ground.
on The Wire, your student radio. That's still my favorite one. I
We're
just
going to have
love.
to add me in there. Maybe
Yeah.
Well, we were gonna work on
the
that.
little
trust
diary
me.
script for something.
Dear
Yeah.
diary.
Yeah.
When I was 7, my dog ate a Reese's peanut butter cup,
dearest
and I was
diary.
sad. I bid you good
Peanut butter
tidings.
cup.
Welcome back to This and That. Keegan, Mina, Angel Burke, Jeremy Deere, Chris Turner here in Norman, Oklahoma. on The Wire, your student radio. Make sure you can listen to us on wire.ou.edu. That is our station's website. You can also go on livestream.com/TheWireOU to stream us live. We have some webcams in here so you can see us. We recommend, though, if you have a smartphone, you should go download the TuneIn Radio app and search Wire Your Student Radio, and you will find our station. We also have a Facebook page, and we really need you guys to give us some Facebook likes. That helps us.
We like the likes.
We like the likes, and if you like our page, we'll give you a shout out at the end of the show. So make sure to go to facebook.com/This and That Wire.
Give us a thumbs up.
Not and, but the letter N. This and That Wire. So Jerry, you're telling me something about killer owls, or owls?
Yeah,
hitting people?
the first story comes from Portland, Oregon. Oregon officials warned early morning joggers in a certain state park near the capital of Salem to watch out for owl who has an affinity for hats after at least 4 people were attacked in less than a month. One was seriously hurt. Nobody was seriously hurt by the incidents.
By an owl? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was kind of the Brian Hiller, 36, was quoted as saying it was kind of an amazing how it just swooped down and grabbed his hat like that. He said he pulled it off like it was nothing, and he's assuming he goes back every once in a while in the park to look for his hat, but he assumes it's part of a nest somewhere. But yeah, they actually put up signs. If you go to the page I am posting right now.
I'm not going to lie. I totally would want to walk in the park with a hat on and just see if it would happen to me.
Like one of those big pimp hats with the feather frilly.
I was thinking maybe.
See what the size limit of the hat
like
is.
You're going to a funeral in New Orleans kind of hat.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that craziness.
Or Atlanta.
That's a little intense. But yeah, you guys understand. Maybe just to be one of the few that got to be picked. That'd just be pretty cool.
It's funny that Jimmy brought up an owl story because I actually found an owl story. There is not a killer owl, but a terror owl in the Netherlands, in Purmerend, Netherlands. And this owl has been terrorizing a Dutch town. He's attacked more than 30 people in the recent weeks, some injuries causing stitches. And apparently he's been attacking an assisted living complex for people with disabilities. So, man, the owl's...
a sick owl.
Yeah, he's been cut... I don't understand. He looks pretty friendly.
What about you, Chris? Have you had any owl stories?
No, I've never had an owl attack me at all. I've had one
never
wake
heard
me
of
up
that.
before, but never attacked me.
I've never heard of that happening.
Do you remember that video where the eagle swooped down, picked up that kid, and then tried to fly
viral
off with
video? Yeah.
There's also off the proposal with Sandra Bullock. Or this, I think it was an owl or a hawk or something. It came down and picked up her dog, and dropped him and broke his leg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
Yeah, this owl has been gouging flesh, hitting people. Apparently, it hit
And that's
one.
in the Netherlands?
Yeah, in the Netherlands, in a town called Purmerend. We
That's
sent
crazy.
the link onto our page, but he's been terrorizing about a 20-kilometer radius of this town, and one of the most recent people had their cheeks gouged by this crazy owl. So,
Oh my gosh.
if you see
Owls
an
on
owl,
the loose, people. But you know what they say? In the end times, owls will attack people.
What?
No, I don't know.
I was
They
going to
say-
say, is that true?
we should ask Mr. Owl how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
I wonder if somebody went out there with a Tootsie Pop, it would take that too.
One.
We know there's a lot of different things legal in Amsterdam and the Netherlands, so you really don't know what this owl's been doing before he got to this point.
Is this true?
Hey,
Maybe he's just
man.
tired of it all.
That's
He's
right.
like,
So
I'm one
standing-
owl.
I
One
can
owl
change
is-
the
yeah.
face of mankind.
Just wait. Disney's going to make a movie over this.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
gonna be-
like I said, there's the one in Portland that's just stealing hats left and right.
Nobody's going to stop him.
Well, the thing is about the one in Portland is there's a group. What is it? I forgot the name of that group. Oh well, they're like owl activists. Bird activists, and
okay.
they're actually trying to protect the city from going in and capturing the owl and relocating it because, they're saying, hey, technically we're in the owl's habitat. So.
Right.
But ironically, it's an eastern barn owl, which is from the East Coast and somehow migrated to the West Coast and is partially responsible for the northwestern spotted owl's disappearance.
I wonder if he has legal documentation.
I know. Ask him for his green card.
Yeah.
Things come from the east and they tend to just stick around.
Careful what you're saying there.
Shots have been fired. Next, we have people making money off of everything and anything, including Boston snow.
I heard about
Are
this.
you
Actually, I
kidding?
actually read this article. It's
the-
interesting.
The guy is pretty interesting. He actually works for a
Someone who doesn't pay him
broadcast
enough?
company. No,
Oh, okay.
and he makes good money.
Really?
But he
And-
figured, as a joke, he could sell snow. So he was bottling it up in water bottles and selling it. And by the time it got to wherever it was going, it was melted. And he,
Sure.
shipped it, telling everybody for $19.99, you could buy a 16.5 ounce water bottle of melted snow.
And people did it.
And people kept buying it. So then he started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now he's selling like 10 pounds for $129.
Yeah.
Let's all move to Boston and just get rich shipping snow everywhere else.
Yeah, I watched a video on
Would you
him.
buy any?
I
No,
would not.
We have
no.
snow out here. We can sell our own.
Yeah.
We'll call it Oklahoma
Yeah, but
snow.
it's Boston
Okay, snow.
snow.
He has 3,000 orders this week on snow.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
I
his
kid you
container.
not.
He's actually out of containers, so now he's.
He takes photos of what the snow looks like before, and he puts them in there as well. So when people open it up, and he tries to ensure that the snow tends to make it.
And he does the 1 day shipping, so within 20 hours the snow is at your door.
$89 for 6 pounds. Read originally it was $99, but he took $10 off.
Didn't they do like a hashtag Bossno? BOSSNO? Yeah. And it was considered like the most amazing snow that's ever hit the planet or something. So that's probably why he's doing this.
I don't know, but I know a bunch of the foreign exchange students here at OU. They've never seen snow prior to coming here. So I talked to a friend of mine who's from Columbia the other day when it snowed, and he just was like, "This is amazing. I've never seen snow before." So I picture people like from Florida or people from like southern states that never see snow maybe buy it. I don't know. It's kind of like a novelty thing, but that's crazy.
Well, the guy's name is Kyle Waring, Waring, and he's selling it from shipsnowyo.com.
Sn-
Shipsnowyo.com.
That's kind of cool.
Kind of catchy.
Yeah, it is.
I'll give him
And,
that.
and he's like 27 years old. He just figured,
Yeah.
it'd be. But I also heard another story, and I think we might have covered it. We might not have. Of a, it's not horse farmer. What do they call the people with the horses?
Ranchers?
Rancher, whatever. He was selling manure in
Ew.
boxes.
Ew.
Okay,
Yeah, so you
there's
could send it to people that you don't like.
A little bit of different.
You
Oh
know
my
what I mean?
god. Okay, there's different ways to look at that. Some of them is very good for nutrient purposes for like crops and things. There's different ways to look at that.
Yeah, but
But snow, I mean, what are you gonna do with that?
come on, Turner. You would like to ship some poop to somebody, right?
I've done it before. So.
Are you kidding? Oh, you guys are horrible.
Oh, he actually got it. He didn't pay for it. He actually just shipped it. Take this, you.
That's awful.
And our last story, it's a heartwarming. I figure we always end on a good, nice
On a
one
good
story.
note.
But
Good idea.
this takes us to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. A family says a dog who ran away from home turned up at an Iowa hospital where the owner was recovering from surgery. The dog's Sissy went missing on Valentine's Day, and later that week, about on Wednesday, showed up at the hospital. Hospital officials found the dog, called the number on the caller, and it just so happened to be one of the patient's dog, whose husband went and retrieved him. And they said they found him at the elevators trying to get in to go to the floor, but apparently I don't know how.
If I heard right,
strong
I'm pretty
sniffer.
sure they let the dog upstairs into her bedroom for a little bit.
After they realized,
Yeah.
after the husband of the owner told the hospital officials, it was so heartwarming. They brought the dog up and let
That
her
is
visit.
That's
so
so
sweet.
cool.
But
Good note.
they said
Wow.
it was a good 4-mile trip or something, maybe 2-mile
Wow.
trip. I'm not for sure how far it was,
Man's
but
best friend.
it is a little small little lap dog. So go figure.
I'm gonna go get me a dog now. Maybe he'll come visit me
I
when my
want a
friends
dog.
don't. It's pretty awesome. I'm
Well-
kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
I see you getting
I'm
a
about
little
to cry over
teary-eyed.
here. This is so sweet. I'm sorry.
This is why we got you on the show.
Yeah,
we can
from-
we can
So we
force
can
you to
make
cry.
sense of
to make fun of me, emotional purposes. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
You're
Mhm.
crying.
You're sweet.
Well, there's also another answer for why the dog showed up there. Apparently, the owner had appointments across the street, and the dog was used to riding with her. So
That makes
Don't tell me
sense.
that. Just keep it to the first story.
All right.
All right. So,
So dry it up, Burke.
sorry.
Dry it
Okay,
up.
I got it.
Well, Chris, you told us that you have to leave sometime soon.
Yeah, you got to go get the kid from daycare, right?
Yeah, he's 14 and a half. He's taller than most of us now.
Yeah, he's always peaking 6 foot, huh? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You got
6 foot,
You
yeah,
got an
he's-
awesome boy, man. He's pretty cool.
We love Dylan.
Yeah,
so.
he's thinking about doing the business too.
Oh, yeah?
He already understands all the camera stuff. It's kind of funny. I know you guys didn't want to get into it, but the whole what color was the dress thing, he totally understood it. The whole argument, and he came to me and said, "Well, Dad, what's happened is the camera was white balanced for the sunlight that was over there, so it makes it look this color." And I was like, "Dude, get on Facebook and let all your friends
Post it
know
on
that."
there.
And that's the
Put
thing
an
is,
end to this.
you can't explain that to other people that are outside the business. They're
What
like,
the heck is white balance?
Yeah,
What
what's
is
the
that?
white balance? Huh?
Angel, what's white balance?
Don't talk to me. don't even do it. So that's amazing. 14, you said, right?
14 and a half. Yeah,
That's
he's
amazing.
in the 8th grade.
Dang.
And he's 6 foot.
He is 6 foot.
What
Yeah,
is he
and he's
drinking?
also sole heir to the Island Girl fortune.
I might have to meet this kid. He's gonna be.
He's a cute. He's a
awesome.
cool kid. All right.
Yeah, he is cool.
Well,
Yeah,
we're-
we've had him do replay and switching already.
Yeah.
At the,
Oh, yeah.
at-
They
at
got
live
mad
events
at
and-
one point. They're like, "You can't let your son be doing this." I'm like, "My son knows more than a lot of people do."
So are you going to be back to join us up there at the ballpark downtown?
Yes.
All
It's
right.
getting ready to be the Oklahoma City Dodgers.
Yep.
Basically, the company that had owned the Red Hawks over the last 4 years, they're sort of breaking up their baseball business.
Yeah.
And one of the owners, Peter Gruber, who is also a big guy out in Hollywood. He was one time the studio president of Columbia Pictures. And he still does a lot of stuff with the movies right now. He's actually the one who put the ownership group for the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you guys remember right, 2 years ago there was this big bitter
Yeah.
divorce, and the wife was
Oh, yeah.
telling the
Yeah,
husband,
yeah,
"No, part of my deal is I want the Dodgers." And what she didn't understand was that had to be approved by the owners, and they're like, "Absolutely not."
Yeah, I
So
remember that.
Peter Gruber got Magic Johnson and some other people involved, and they bought that. And so when Mandalay was going to sell, they decided, because part of the deal was their AAA team was in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Isotopes.
And when their players would show up to L.A., the Albuquerque is kind of at a high elevation.
Yeah.
And Dodger Stadium, which is in Chavez Ravine, part of it is actually below sea level or right at sea
Oh,
level.
wow.
Right.
So that
So
Huge difference.
So the balls that were going out over the wall in Albuquerque weren't in Los Angeles, and that doesn't mean these guys weren't good hitters or weren't good power. They just couldn't really get that. Really, Albuquerque would be a perfect fit to go to, like Colorado,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
that's going to
yeah,
be at a high elevation. So they moved their team from Albuquerque and put them into Oklahoma City. They thought that'd be a perfect fit, so that's why they're the Oklahoma City Dodgers.
Yeah.
And, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know some of the stuff they're going to be doing.
I
know
heard they
some of the players
changed-
are going to be coming through.
I heard they changed all the signs out in one day.
No.
Is that rumor?
Yeah, no, they're still working on that. There's a lot of signage. that's
Yeah,
up
because I heard that. And I was kind of amazed whenever I heard that.
Yeah, no, they're doing a whole lot of stuff up there. But I will tell you this: there's the color scheme has definitely changed. When you
Yeah.
go back to the park, you're going to go, "Wow, is this the same place?"
They got rid of that industrial green.
and then well, the outside is still
Oh.
that, but that may change at some point in the future too.
How
Well,
cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to it, and we want to thank you for being on the
Yeah,
show,
Chris,
man.
thanks for coming on.
You're
making that
amazing.
snow
yeah,
trek.
I hope you guys invite me back sometime.
Hope you don't get towed
Absolutely.
out front.
Yeah, no, I think I got enough quarters in there. They've gouged me to death.
Alrighty, well, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to hang out with our favorite redhead, Angel Burke.
Yep.
So you're listening to This and That on The Wire,
Your
your student
student
radio.
You're listening to This and That
I hope I'm normal. I think so.
with Keegan
Yes, everything is one. You have nothing to do with it. I am one with what I am.
and Jeremy.
I wish I could talk in Technicolor.
Only on The Wire, your student radio.
You know, Jeremy, sometimes I wish I could talk in Technicolor.
I wish I could talk in technical.
Who was that?
So
We'll tell
her.
you about it another time off the air. I just don't want to get caught up in condoning the use of
Yeah,
certain substances.
things.
But
Okay.
We
It's-
are good people here.
yeah, it was part of an experiment that the VA hospital in California had back in the 50s on a housewife
Enough
using
said.
illicit substances.
Very cool. Okay.
But it was legitimate use. It wasn't like somebody dosed her and didn't know.
Okay. I got you now. Sentence.
So we just had Chris Turner on, and we have a new co-host. If you didn't realize, Angel Burke is going to be with us for the rest of the show season.
The season.
The season.
The sh-
Love it.
So were you nervous coming in today?
Absolutely. You can still tell I'm stuttering still.
I mean, I stutter all the time. I stutter all the time.
Stuttering.
Yeah, you know, you'll quit stuttering once you realize that we only have one listener.
Ah,
And it's Ken
I already
Platt.
feel better. See, I'm not even stuttering anymore. That's amazing. Great.
I wonder, actually, do you think Ken can listen now because of the new time?
I'm not for sure, but I know I got a very special someone that's listening. And
Oh,
that's,
really?
That's my Lyra Lou.
Who?
Hi, baby. I love
His
you.
baby.
Who?
To amor. That sounded awful.
Who? Hi,
His
Lyra.
woman.
I know who she is. She's very nice.
I haven't met her
Oh,
yet.
You never met Lyra?
I haven't met Lyra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
You know what? Again, we forgot the news bumper.
nah. Did we?
Yeah, we'll do a new one then.
Oh,
like that
yeah.
one.
He didn't.
Travis
News.
Brazil.
Gonna do some news.
Brazil.
Travis Brazil, yeah. So, we have the new time, 1 to 3, obviously. It's snowing.
Winter weather advisory out there for our listeners. If you've made it to the University of Oklahoma, good luck making it home
Why?
because it's snowing.
You know who I blame?
Obama,
Oh my God. Don't go there.
Fallon.
The groundhog.
Oh, that's what I said.
I
The
thought they said it
groundhog.
wasn't supposed to snow this much.
Well, you know what's weird is they have more than one groundhog. Which one do I listen to? Because there's the one in Wisconsin that said that there was going to be an early spring, but then there was the one in Pennsylvania that said it was going to be more winter. So, like, who has the right of way?
It's Punxsutawney Phil. It's always been Punxsutawney Phil, dude.
Well, he's not helping us out. I'll
You
tell you
don't
that.
help nobody out.
He doesn't give a rat's butt about anybody.
But you know what it is? You know what it is? Time for?
What is it time for?
It's time for that list, that thing that we always do.
Oh, is it the top lists of things we like to do?
Yeah, and for our listeners, if you tuned in last week, we did a top 25 things you should stop doing now that you are 25 years of age.
Now we got the top 25 things you should start doing now that you're 25.
2-part series.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
Let's hopefully this one be a lot nicer than the one we did last week.
Yeah, well, as we already told you, 25 is one heck of an age. Technically, you're still young, but probably you're still wearing your skinny jeans.
Hey.
and-
Hey, nothing's wrong with skinny
Nothing's
jeans.
wrong.
Yeah, if you're under 25.
Hey.
Okay, I'm 21.
Youth. I'm 22.
Right here.
22, yeah.
We still have a few years, Jeremy.
Hey, dude, that's cool, man. I'm not dogging.
Fist bump.
I'm still wearing my skinny jeans.
I wear skinny jeans too, but not
No, it's
today.
okay for girls to wear skinny jeans.
Oh.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm in a rock band, man. Come on. It's all about the emotions. And
If
and
you have
skinny
skinny jeans and
jeans.
you better have big hair.
I don't have big hair, but I
And you
have
better
a beard.
because that way you can say you're representing the 80s and you're not.
If I wore plaid
You're not
shirts,
following everybody else.
If I had plaid shirts and it looked like a lumberjack, could I wear the skinny jeans?
Well,
if
here's-
you're, I don't know.
Please
I don't know.
do it for me.
The red beard, maybe.
Hey, that's what I have.
so I guess other way you can look at this is 25 things that you can look forward to or that you need to focus on, that you know you're fixing to need to focus on once you hit 25. Not that 25 is a big age difference. 30 is for girls. But
Yeah,
any guy
turning
who's
30.
worried about 30, dude, you just need to
Just
man
another
up.
day.
Yeah, it's just another birthday.
Yeah,
dude.
this is that big transitional period between having just fun all the time to really having to start taking
But
care of
yeah,
yourself.
25. This is kind of all across the board, but across the sexes.
So-
Women and guys both need to.
So number one is to get your financial stuff in order. When you're reaching this age, you're might be starting a family, or you may be planning on starting a family, or you may want to be better off financially. So you may actually have to start opening up those bank accounts.
Because before you're 25, you get scared to go to the ATM because you don't know whether it's going to tell you insufficient funds or not, dude. By the time you're 25, it's time to make sure you got those sufficient funds.
Yeah, you shouldn't
man.
be working at a 9 to. Well, I mean, you should be working at McDonald's. You need to probably apply yourself more to something else, something bigger.
You know that was always one of my standards for dating.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, like I wouldn't date anybody that
Worked at
currently worked at McDonald's or Walmart. I understand if you did in the past.
You held high standards.
I worked at Target.
Is
Does
that
count?
high?
To some people, yeah.
I don't know, dude. I just couldn't. I mean, it was something about like knowing somebody's settling for that. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't go that far. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of students.
Hey, I'm
an
not looking
example.
down on nobody. I'm just
Okay.
saying those were my standards.
Okay, I get
You know
you.
what I mean? Like I could have dated plenty of people who used to work at McDonald's or used to work at Walmart, but there's just no future in it.
As long as you work your way up. I mean, it's a stepping.
Yeah, but there's
stepping
really
point.
no. I mean, you only go so
It's like
high.
this. He would not date. Hey, Angel, where do you work at?
Walmart.
Oh, I'm sorry, and then walk
Oh,
away.
that's awful.
I'm sorry.
No.
If you have to
No,
make an
it
income,
would be like, dude, you know, this girl, she's really cute. She's really good looking. I feel like she's into me, but she works at Walmart.
I don't
dude.
think she. You don't think she.
It's like I don't know. It's Walmart, man.
I don't-
I mean,
guys,
I-
such
I-
haters. Okay,
I'm not hating.
what if she was like,
It's
okay,
just standard.
what if she was Marilyn Monroe and
know-
she was
Marilyn
working
Monroe
at Walmart?
is dead.
You know, back
When
in
she
the,
was alive
back
and
in the
gorgeous,
50s
I'm
and
just
before,
saying.
they had
Didn't have
racial
Walmart.
standards. You know,
They didn't have Walmart in the 50s.
now it's income
You're
standards.
killing me.
Smalls.
It's knowing that the person wants more out of their life.
Okay,
You know
if
what I
they're
mean?
working for a higher degree,
Okay,
or if they're
what
if
if
you're
there's,
in
like-
college
what if there's a-
and you're working at Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
I can respect that more than you working at a strip club.
okay, if you're
Does
gonna
that
do a
make sense?
comparison, sure, yeah.
What about like the executive of Walmart? An executive.
Now that'd be different.
okay.
I mean, like working retail at Walmart.
Okay, like my example of like a standard for me when dating would be like if they're not living off their parents. Like if they're 24, 25, I don't expect them to ask mom and daddy for money. I think they should be standing on their own 2 feet and supporting themselves. So that's a little bit of a different twist to look at that. I mean, they could be working 3, 4 jobs, whatever it took to make ends meet.
Yeah.
As long as they're not living off their mom and
I
pop.
can see that because I mean, my parents help me out with a lot of stuff still.
Like they wipe your butt.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
But
See, I can't even look at you right now, Keegan.
Let's move on to number 2.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Yes.
let's not.
Yes, let's.
No.
We have
No.
to. It's part of the
No.
show.
All right, decide what friends you want to have your memories with. I mean, at this point, it's time to weed out the people in your life that are just, like sucking out the friendship.
Amen. They're like dementors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the problems consume more of your time than it does theirs.
Amen.
Well, some of them. You know what I mean?
And this
Yeah.
is around the age where you finally get all those your friends that you grew up with. They're starting to all get married around the same time.
Or
I don't
have
know, man.
babies.
After 25, after 25,
No.
I think it's okay to be in a
well,
relationship.
it's crazy because
Wow.
I think being married before you're 30, that's a good thing too.
see, my rule is, my dad was 30 when he got married, so I figure
My dad was 30 when he had my sister.
My dad was
oldest sister.
30 when he got married. My mom was 26, and I figure if my dad's
Yeah, my
30, I can
parents
be
were-
30 and
My
get married.
parents were like late 20s when they got married. So
That's a different era, though.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my friends are already married or
no,
have like
you
one
can
or two
you can
kids.
use that different era thing when it comes to like, consummating your relationship before marriage.
Okay.
Then you can say that's a different era. But marriage, I think
I think numbers.
you shouldn't be like 18 thinking, oh, I'm going to get married to this guy.
No.
Because
Yeah, age
neither
is
one
just
of
a
you
number,
guys,
but
no,
if they're
well, a lot comes with
18,
age.
no.
Experience comes with age.
Sure.
And so there's a lot of people that go out there and think, oh, they're the one, and then they realize, you know what? I never went out and experienced life as a single person.
See, I don't see why
and by
people
then
have to
you're
seclude
married,
themselves.
and it's too late.
And that's
No, you
yeah.
can
Because
still
then
do
you're
that thing with that
then you're
person.
gonna
Let me ask you.
run your
Let me
relationship
ask
in the
you.
dirt.
That's sad.
I went
It
to
is.
I went to
That's
Ireland.
my point.
I went to Ireland with my
He
good
went to
friend of mine.
Ireland.
I mean, I figure you have these few years left before you actually have to be committed to something, or at least that's what
Or
society
someone,
tells you.
sure.
Or
So why not commit yourself to a
so
job?
why not
until
do
then?
something? Yeah, why not do something
some
that you
money.
enjoy
Do-
before you're not going to really be able to have the chance to do it?
I'm all for that. I'm not saying that people should get married at a young age. I just don't think that people should be so judgmental of others, I guess. you
Oh
would
no,
say.
but like at the
In
same
situations
time,
like this.
the same time, like I see friends from high school on their Facebooks and stuff, and they're like they get married right as soon as they graduated from high school, and they got kids already, and they get like a second kid coming on. I'm like, I mean that's great and all, but are you financially set?
Some people don't have a choice. Like, there's some oops.
There are some, but yet again at the same time,
Yeah.
they just don't think about those kind of things. They don't think about their financial situation. They
Sure.
still have mom and dad babysitting their kids, but that's not the grandparents' problem yet. I mean, it's just I don't know. That's the way I think.
Sure. everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
But this is the time when you need to realize, you have those knucklehead friends you hang around with school that do the crazy, stupid stuff, and then you have your like actual work friends. You need to decide on what you need to, who you should be hanging out with.
What do you think about being friends with coworkers?
Now, what does that define as? What do we do?
Like, not like a 9-to-5 office job, like, and then going out and hanging out with them afterwards.
Like going to a bar or?
Yeah.
Well, I do that with. Most of my friends work at Sooner Vision.
Yeah, but you're not like a 9-to-5 job.
No.
I'm saying,
mean,
career people.
I think if it's your life, like if you do the 9 to 5, 5 days a week or something, and that's all you know,
Okay.
that's pretty much the only social
I shared a
outlet.
house with my best friend, and we both worked the same place. Dude, I got tired of him.
Yeah,
I'm hanging out with you, and I'm working with you, and it's like
I'm not
all the
married
time.
to you.
Yeah, it's like I don't have. like, why? Like, I have so. You know what I
Sure.
mean? It's like, dude, if I work with you, that's cool. I'm gonna have a good time while we work, and let's keep it at that at work, because you know what? More chances are, if I work with you all the time, I see you every single day. If we go hang out after work, guess what we're gonna talk about?
Work.
Work.
And that's funny because
Look, I was there.
that's all the people that I work with. That's what we talk about when we go out drinking.
Exactly, and that's, to me, that's lame.
And
I mean,
what's-
once you're 25, you realize how lame that is.
And what stinks is when we always have like one friend who doesn't understand the terminology we use, because we talk about broadcasting related stuff, sports related stuff, and there's always that one person that doesn't
pretty nerdy.
really get
person's
what we're saying.
That's
And
me. That's me,
yeah.
everybody.
It's Jenny.
He's calling me out
What's
without
white
saying my
balance? What's white
I,
balance?
I work in the industry, and I don't know the
hater.
terminology. It's
Yeah.
me, really.
name. Oh
But
my gosh.
I think number 3 is pretty awesome, though. And after reading this article, I realized, you know what? I know I've done this, and I still do this every so often because it's pretty cool. But it's not cool before this age, and that's learning something new. A lot of people in the early 20s, they moan and they're like, oh, learn something new. I'm in school. I went to 4 years of college, and they don't want to learn nothing. But I enjoy it, dude. I mean, like learning new things. That's one of the reasons why I'm an avid news watcher, reader, listener, and because you always. I mean, it's interesting to learn something new.
Like if you have a mind, use it. Why not? Right? Don't just let it go to waste.
Yeah, I like learning new things, but I get tired of.
No, I'm not talking about like the
having-
whole lecture and podium thing.
No, yeah, but I get tired like when the teachers keep reteaching the same thing that I already know. I want to learn new stuff. Like, for example, I want to learn how to use motion graphics, but I can't do that now.
What's keeping you? What's stopping you from doing that?
It's just the
No, you're
lack
under
of
25.
lack of
Once
willpower.
exactly. Once you turn 25, you're like, wow, I can teach myself to do this. I can teach myself that. You know what? I want to take up
Underwater basket weaving.
exactly.
Oh
and,
my god, that'd be so cool.
And I'm gonna do it. And you spend the money, and because you're
I'm gonna take-
single and you got the free time, and it's like, dude,
I'm gonna take a painting class.
it's cool, man.
Underwater. Everything's better.
Watercolor
underwater.
paint too.
Oh my gosh, you come out and you're a mural yourself. That's pretty cool.
This next one, I really, as I've gotten older, I've started to really focus more on it. And
I don't think this ever applied to you, dude.
What are you talking about? That's
Because
fair.
like you've always listened to your parents.
No.
Oh.
so- Yeah.
Is there something you want to tell us,
Like
Keegan?
I ask you, I'm like, you're like, I can't. My parents said I can't. I'm like, you live on your own. You have an apartment on your own. Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? Well, my parents said. So you're a good kid, dude. This doesn't apply to you like,
Yeah, it
like
does.
everybody else. Because kids your age don't listen to their parents.
Mm-mm. Hey, you're 22, right?
Yeah.
I'm 21.
I thought you were 23.
I take everything my parents say to me in perspective. Like, I'm like, okay, I can see where you're coming from and be a rational adult about it and think things through. It's their opinion. I value
I had
their
an eye-opening for both my dad and myself conversation when I was 18 with my dad. And I just came out and told him everything. All the stuff I was hiding.
Are you serious? How did it go?
Yeah, and dude, he was just like, well, I knew stuff was going on, but I didn't think you were doing all, I didn't think you were, traveling halfway across the United States, partying on the weekends, and then coming home and going to school and making good grades. But it was one of those things.
I didn't know you were a baller.
After I had that conversation with him, then it was like I was on a level playing field.
Yeah, I tend to confess to things I've done 2 years later, and my parents are like, "Really? Why? Well, don't do that." I'm like, at this school,
I mean, so it puts it in perspective. Now it's more like, hey, son, you should think about this. Not like you should do this.
Right.
It's kind of like I kind of gain respect by being that much more honest.
I think it
with
depends on the parent too. If it's more of a demand, like, hey, I need you to do this or you have to do this, whatever, but as opposed to just saying, okay, think of it this way.
I think my parents just realize they can't tell me.
It's
I
their
need to do
approach.
anything.
Yeah, it's both ends.
Maybe
of
that's it.
approach.
Maybe
so,
that's why I started listening to them. Maybe age don't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Number 5, get some basic home maintenance skills. And this, I can say I'm not good at. And my dad's not good at it. We do not come from a home of fixer-uppers. My dad, I mean, he doesn't get mad a lot, but if he has to fix something, he gets frustrated, he gets aggravated, and I don't even want to be next to him.
That's why there's a phone book, or I guess the internet. You could just search somebody to do it for you.
Well, like, we just installed, at my parents' house, they got wood floors. They just took out all the carpeting, so they had to move all the furniture.
Was it those click together kind?
I'm not sure. I
Those
think
are
so. I wasn't there when they were setting it up. I was
It's
just
like
helping.
Legos.
But they had to take apart their new bed they got, and I had to leave the room because the guy,
That bad?
if he doesn't know it, he gets frustrated, and
But
everybody.
your dad seems so mellow, man.
He is, but when it
Yeah.
comes to he can't fix something, like if it involves like reinstalling like a car light or something, it's just like, oh,
All right,
Shout
here-
out to Keegan's dad.
Yeah, here comes the text messages. Son,
you're grounded.
you're grounded. Go to your apartment now.
Stay in there.
I don't think he knows that our show's on Fridays now. Well, yeah.
It's probably a good thing at this point.
You-
Next week we'll let him know.
You're a pretty maintenance-y guy, aren't you?
Dude, that's just because me and Lyra Lou like to save money.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do things ourselves, paint, siding, whatever. You can find it on YouTube. And if you can't learn it from some little 12-year-old showing you how to misuse tools, well then, you know,
Do it yourself
Yeah.
first.
Well, you got
Very
the
cool.
trailer out on your parents' house too,
Yeah.
and you fixed that all up on your own too, right?
what I don't want to do, like car maintenance wise and whatnot, I pay my uncles to do. You know, they can
Keep it
use
in
the
the
money.
family.
They
Yeah.
can use the money, and
Sure.
and hell, it saves me from getting dirty. Like I'll do brakes and oil changes and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like change the rear seal on a engine block. I'm not gonna do it.
If I knew how, I would do it, but I don't, so I have to go get help.
Well, that's Lyra. Lyra says, "Well, I would just rather pay somebody than to not
To go through the
than
hassle
to
or
have to
something.
deal with it myself." Yeah, and I get that to a certain extent. I mean, if I'm in a hurry and I got appointments and my week's booked, yeah, I'll go drop the car off at the oil change thing, and I'll go pay for an oil change. But in all honesty, why would you pay for that if it's cheaper just to do it yourself? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Do it yourself, or always save money.
I think by the time you're 25, you do need to know how to do some basic house stuff. I mean,
Sure.
you need to figure out that, hey, if I undo this is how you put it back together. So if it's broken, let me remember how these all came apart. So after I fix it, let me see how this works. This is how it works. Now that I took it apart, I can figure out what's wrong with it, put it back together. You know what I mean?
Right. I get it.
So if you can't do that by the time you're 25,
You need help.
you need to make a lot more money.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that, number 6?
Number 6. This
No,
is one I strongly recommend everybody to do.
Like go to Ireland.
Yeah.
I think this one should apply to the people who are before 25.
Okay.
I mean,
Number 6. Do something you've always wanted to do.
yeah, just go out and do something you've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
What's something you've always wanted to do,
Who, me?
Angel?
Ireland, actually. Yeah, Keegan kind of
I beat you to it, girl.
I hate you.
We'll
So,
go
yeah.
next time, you and I, just
Yeah.
you and me.
That's a bit weird.
Okay, we'll bring Jeremy too.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So
That's a little bit weird.
do something you've always wanted to do. I have to say, go to Ireland, backpacking. Maybe go to England, Norway, just anywhere my feet will let me go.
Is it weird? I mean, me and Lyra, we both agreed that there's nothing in Europe that appeals to either one of us.
Well, I mean, different places called it different people. Like maybe you should
No,
go
I
to
know.
Australia or something.
I want to go to
No,
Asia.
I'm just saying,
Asia's pretty cool.
it just doesn't ever appeal to me. Like, people left that area.
For a reason.
Exactly. And then, I mean,
It's a
why?
good place to visit, just not stay for.
I don't know why you
Well,
want to visit.
have you ever thought of going somewhere outside
Like-
of the U.S.?
in
Yeah.
general.
Where?
Mexico. Canada. I heard there's this exotic land right north of us. It's called Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Canada.
I
Canada
heard-
biking.
I hear they play a sport
No,
called hockey.
actually, for the listeners that don't already know, Lyra is Korean, so I think as soon as I graduate and we get some money saved up, everything, I'd like to go to Korea for a little while.
That'd be cool.
That would be
That's one of
cool.
that's on my
Because
list.
Japan's like just a hop and a skip across the bay.
And a swim,
away.
yeah.
I mean, like it's pretty close. I don't know about China. There's no appeal to China,
No,
I don't know. If they did the Olympics there again, I think I would.
dude.
South Korea
you know
and
how
Japan.
bad that was though.
How bad?
Like they had to quit drive. They made it illegal to drive in Beijing.
You have to understand, China's a communist country.
Well, I
It's all
understand that.
propaganda.
No, just to clear the air.
Oh.
Like you couldn't see the stadium
It's
like
very
a
polluted.
quarter mile away through all the smog.
China's one of the most
Yeah, it was
polluted
nasty.
countries in the world. Actually,
It
it
was
has so much
nasty.
smog.
Okay, so I shouldn't go to China.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
The Great Wall.
Great
Go
Wall would be
there.
kind of cool.
Okay, so just specific spots of China I should
Yeah.
visit.
And Hong Kong, because Hong Kong's pretty.
Hong Kong used to be
Pretty
part
tame.
of the United Kingdom until they gave it
Yeah.
away back in 1997.
Was it
A little
97?
history
It
tidbit
was
there.
97.
That's crazy. That seemed like just
It's
yesterday.
recent. Yeah.
But yeah, like doing something you always wanted to do. Like for me, I woke up one morning during Christmas break and I just drove to Indiana by myself, and then I ended up in Chicago. I'd never been to Chicago. I was like a kid in the big city.
Were you drunk?
No, I just I
You just wanted to
I
do
did.
that.
I had like 7 days off from work. I had $400 in my pocket, and the gas was really cheap. Remember, the gas was like $1.60,
I forget those days. They were wonderful days, though.
and I was like, I'm just gonna go. I'm young. I'm not gonna be able to do this probably sometime in the near future. And I just went, and it was super cool. I ended up in St. Louis, Chicago, South Bend, Indiana, all in 2 days. It was really cool.
That is pretty cool.
And
I
then-
have to say, I'm
it
kind
was
of
cheap.
jealous.
Number 7's pretty cool though, and I think it's something that I've always done. I mean,
I've rocked this too.
I was gonna say I could see you doing it totally.
I am 100%. Okay, so
But-
number 7, be the coolest uncle or auntie possible. Yep, nailed it.
I'm not an uncle yet, and I hope to not be an uncle
What?
yet. My brother's younger than me.
Oh,
Do you have any
that's a bit weird.
cousins? Or are you like
No,
an
I'm not-
uncle to your cousin's kid?
No, I'm a cousin to my cousin's kids.
Really?
They're my second cousins.
I'm like an
Oh.
uncle to any of my cousin's kids, man. I mean,
Wow.
like they're all my nieces and nephews.
It's like having a kid without actually having full
Exactly.
responsibilities. I'm like, I
And
think
I
I'd be
don't-
okay just being an auntie for my entire life.
Yeah, and I don't spoil. I mean, like, I don't do this.
You don't
I
spoil?
No, I'm just like, hey, let's go. Hey, I want to go. There's a new go-kart place in the city. I
Pole
want to go
position?
try it. Who can I take? Oh, my nephew. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't wait till my nephew
That's
comes down.
spoiling them.
Then I'm taking spoiling them's like, your mom says you can't have any candy. Here's some candy.
That's disobeying. That's not
that's
spoiling.
spoiling.
That's
Okay, there's a
spoiling
little
them.
bit of both. It's doing whatever's
Spoiling
fun
them
as
is
well
giving
as
them whatever
over
the
all
hell they
top.
want.
Yeah,
And I don't do that. I'm mean uncle.
Well,
dude.
for me, like
I don't
all-
hate.
You tell them, hey,
I'm
we're going
uncle.
to the pole position. No.
I want to be the cool uncle. Let me be the cool uncle. Don't be a little beep
Okay.
head.
Sure.
all my extended family lives other places, so I never really see much of like the younger kids of my family. But when I do, I am kind of the oldest usually. So
You seem like you don't like kids that much.
I love kids.
Like they kind of. There's a part of them that just gets on your nerves a little bit.
Well, I like when they cry.
Oh my God. That's kind of sick.
How is that sick?
I mean, you enjoyed children crying?
I do
No,
not.
he said he don't
Oh.
I do not enjoy children crying.
So I should
I
add
don't
that-
like
okay.
it when they cry.
Right here
the
and now,
crying part
I-
is what I don't like.
I'm
I
gonna,
despise the crying.
okay,
I loathe
I
the
understand.
crying.
I understand. Okay, listeners, I've only had 3 hours of sleep. That's
Oh.
there.
Excuse
I said
me,
it.
excuse me.
That's not an excuse. That's
What were you
it's
doing?
just truth.
You're not
I was
supposed
doing
to.
homework.
He was
I
riding
have
horses.
A research paper due Monday.
He was riding go karts.
Angel, you're
Yeah.
not supposed to have any candy, but here's some candy.
Don't take candy from strangers.
Yeah, right. I should be throwing this at him right now.
Let's move on to number 8.
Please.
What is number 8?
Do something with your weekends.
Now this is. I think this is something for the single above 25, because now in a relationship, I like going home and sitting there not spending any money.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I hate staying home. I feel like the weekend.
You
It's
just seem like one of those people that just hate being alone.
I do hate being alone, Jeremy.
Yeah.
That's why we hang out all the
That's why
time.
we're here with him right now.
But like,
he's not
if I
alone
don't do something
in
on the
this.
weekend, I feel like the week was pointless. Like I did nothing productive because I didn't have this weekend. I love the weekends. I'm working for
To
the
do
weekend.
nothing, or
No, I need to do something. If I
what do you
don't
do?
I like to go out.
He gets out.
No, I mean you get to do something with
Like,
your
I'm not
weekend, not
saying-
just like drink and
I'm-
hang
no,
out
I'm-
with friends.
yeah,
That's
hang
not
out with
doing
friends.
anything with
Or
doing something with the weekend is
go to
like
the movies.
Hey friends, let's all drive to Colorado. Or hey friends, let's go to Dallas and see the new whatever is in Dallas.
Oh,
You know, like that's doing something. Let's
No.
say, hey, let's go hiking this weekend. Let's go down the
leave
river.
if you leave your bed, you're doing something.
hey
No.
friends, let's go invest in 401 mutual funds.
Woo! That sounds like fun.
No,
I'm right there with you. Oh,
Forget
you're-
the K, just the 401.
401k. Listening on the 401.
And here's one that I think you should do by the time you're 20.
I'm doing this
I
right
nailed
now.
this already, so
Yeah.
Learn
on
I'm
to
telling
the
you, 'cause-
next. No, just kidding.
Learn to cook at least one decent meal.
Okay, what was your first meal, like full meal that you knew how to cook that wasn't opening a can and heating something up?
Okay, spaghetti for sure. I made my own tomato sauce too. I know, bomb.
I made some really good ham and cheese omelets.
Bitter or sweet?
What?
Your sauce. You add sugar, make it
it
all
was more
sweet.
sweet. I don't really like
don't
hot
do that.
stuff, but it wasn't like so sweet. You're like, ah, this tastes like I'm eating candy on noodles. Like, no, it wasn't that sweet.
And what was yours?
I can make a really good ham and cheese omelet when I first started learning how to cook stuff. Like cooking eggs is not that hard.
What's
really.
your best? What's your like specialty?
Spectacular
Okay,
dish.
say you got a girl. You
And
guys
bring
are
it over.
things are getting serious,
Ooh.
and you wanna impress her with a cooked meal. What would it be
Well,
that you know how to make without having to go look up?
I do like to make some like egg drop soup with some
Ooh,
rice
really?
mix. Yeah, I can
I'm
make it
coming
really
over to
good.
your house.
I make some vegetables and I'll get like ramen noodles, but
You
I,
hear that, Lyra? Guess where we're eating tonight?
but I'll put it in a pot instead of putting
80
it in
feet
little-
away.
Get some
You-
rice, maybe some chicken.
That sounds really good.
I-
That does sound
Especially
good.
with
I'm
this
hungry.
weather.
I also what's also good is if you get like a little like, not the hash browns, but like little like
The hashtags?
wedges of
Potato.
potato
Hashtag wedge.
wedges,
Yeah.
like little diced up ones.
Sure.
Put that in some
Hashtag diced.
vegetable oil and then saute that in there. It's so good.
Yeah. I guess we know where we're gonna eat dinner tonight.
You guys can come over. Oh, I can't eat meat tonight. It's Friday.
It's
Lent.
okay. We can.
Yeah, we'll enjoy it. You can just
Yeah,
I got-
cook
we'll
it.
tell you.
I got fish sticks, so.
We can start a fire and
I can make puppy chow.
Ooh, I do like that.
that stuff is good.
Know it by memory.
I have to say my meal is spaghetti,
Yeah.
but I call it
Paschetti.
no. I call
Like a
it
tie.
macaroni.
What?
My Sunday macaroni with gravy.
What?
Yeah, that's what I call it.
Say what?
The Sunday.
But it's spaghetti because I use sweet summer sauce. I have 3 meats: pork chop, breakfast chops, cut up into little pieces, and then I chop up sausage into little balls. The sweet Italian sausage.
Okay.
Then I make my own homemade meatballs, and that's got a veal, ground pork, and beef, all seasoned,
That
and a
sounds
homemade
amazing.
sauce. And the only thing I don't make homemade is the pasta because
That's difficult. It is difficult.
I don't have the mixer thing and the pasta shredder or anything.
And then the time and the patience.
Well, it's supposed to be one of Rachel Ray's 30-minute meals, but I've turned it into like an hour-and-a-half production.
But
I think that means you failed.
sometimes,
Not
sometimes it's fun to
Dude,
cook for a long time.
It
like,
is good, dude.
Like you have some music
like it
playing.
because
have a
it's
glass
like
of wine.
yeah, because it's like chemistry, and I've always loved chemistry.
I hated chemistry. I cheated every day in chemistry.
Oh, you just said that on the radio.
Yeah.
We do not advise.
No.
yeah, we
anyone
don't.
It was in
cheat.
high
condone
school.
cheating.
Don't do
Good
that.
call.
Hey, if there's any consolation,
call.
the
Don't
teacher,
cheat in high
the
school
teacher
either.
taught. She was from Oklahoma State. If there's any consolation.
Yeah, don't be
But,
cheating
uh,
in high school. Don't cheat. Period. Cheating's.
No, I don't.
For
I mean, I'm not
cheaters.
proud of it, but I just didn't like it.
Yeah, we've
get it.
never cheated. Ain't that right, Burke?
Yeah, that's right.
Cheating is bad.
Mm.
No bueno. It won't get you anywhere.
Just
in
like
life.
chemistry. I never used chemistry ever again after that.
Yeah, who does?
But anyway,
Anyway.
Number 10 kind of goes along with number 9, which is you just know how to roast a chicken, man.
Yeah.
I don't know
get
how
that down.
that's separate on the list, but it is. So
It's very important. It's
the
like
next one is all too important. And I don't think I've done this since I've had a cell phone.
Really?
Yeah.
This happened to me like 2 days ago.
yeah,
I didn't have my
Well,
charger.
by the time you're 25, you need to learn how to stop
I
doing
got this. Number 11. Never let your battery die.
that. Yeah.
hasn't happened to me. It's funny. My friends always, their batteries are always about to die.
Hey,
They use
all
you,
my
don't
friends,
They just use your wall.
even my age, their
Your little
batteries
outlet. I
die.
get it. It's okay.
you
Your
know?
what?
Yeah, even friends my age, like their batteries are always dying and dead.
Just tell them they failed at life. They need to start over.
Yeah, like,
Like go back to 22.
it's like
sorry.
you can't keep your phone alive, man. You don't even deserve to have kids.
Ouch. Okay, that's a little excessive. That escalated quickly.
I don't know. I always I got a charger everywhere. I got one in my bag. I got one in my car. I got one at home
Okay,
next
so
to
you're
the bed.
prepared for sure.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to
Charge every
by the
night
time you're
before you go to
25,
bed.
Charge, yeah.
And
Yeah.
If you're going to sleep, your phone should go to sleep with you, nice and snuggled up with the charger.
see, I lucked out. I also have a Mophie case, and so I can charge it if I need to, and I only use it in dire emergencies.
So,
really.
question: if you drop it, will it still shatter?
I don't know.
Try
Let's
it.
try it out.
I'd rather not.
What better way than on the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about on video where people actually see it?
Well, Mike.
I got a camera. Right.
Yeah, you don't know what white balancing is, so I don't trust you. Okay, bye.
Okay, I'll take it.
And
Fine.
you know the rule of thirds.
Take it with a grain of salt. That's fine. On to
Number
number
12.
12. Please start editing your past. How are you gonna do that? Just like remember what you want to remember.
I think it's kind of like saying,
You quit talking about the awful things. You know what I mean?
like
Quit
cheating,
rehashing
like
the
cheating
words.
cheating in high school. You don't
Yeah.
bring that up.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't
Keegan.
talk
You
about
still
that.
got 3 years. You'll learn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the only person that ever cheated in my life.
Yeah.
I was talking about 3 years to not talk about it until you're 25.
I was like 15.
Oh, you were a youngster.
Yeah, we were all youngsters at one point. But I think it's like saying, a lot of people I know, like, they've completely changed compared to when they were in high school. They probably did a lot of stupid things that they aren't proud of. But as they've gotten older, they've matured, and they tend to not bring those things back up.
Sure.
I know probably my parents have done things they don't want to tell me. I'm pretty sure my brother's done things he doesn't want to tell me.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
just
and
part
it's,
of number
it's
12.
yeah, kind of letting things die. You know what I mean? I mean, it's
Let
not
it go with
not,
the past. Don't
Yeah, let it
rehash
go. Don't keep bringing things up. It's like
Let it go.
every time you see somebody, it's like,
Go.
oh hey, you remember that time? And it's like, dude,
shut
that's
up.
the only thing you talk about every time you see me.
Remember that time we
Don't talk
robbed
to me.
that bank in Burbank?
Oh, really?
Oh man, and we stole all that money.
From Mr. Banksworth.
Yeah, like 30 million. Oh,
I wish I was as close as
and
you
we
guys.
stashed it in the U-Haul in this certain town at this certain location, and we're gonna get it in 5 years.
But that also goes back to number 13, which is go back and laugh at your youth. Because I know some people to this day that are older than me that can't go back and even laugh at themselves no matter what. Even if it's been
They're
like
so
10
serious.
years. Yeah. I mean, it's like, dude,
And that's the people I can't see. It's the people who just don't
They can
find
point
any
out
enjoyment.
flaws.
They
Yeah.
like to complain and hate and
Those are
just
negative
find
people.
flaws.
Those are your dementors that you need to get rid of. That was like what, number 2 or
well,
3?
sometimes you're related to them, okay?
Sometimes
That you just
You
leave
can't
the
get
state.
rid of 'em.
You can just leave the state. Just get out of there.
I'm just kidding.
So number 14, realize that getting a ton of groceries is cool.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't realize this till what? I don't know. I think I was like 30 before I realized that. You know what? I need to go grocery shop. You know what? Coming home and having groceries is cool.
I like going through the store with like a cart full of stuff. Like,
That's-
yeah,
I
I got
think-
money for this.
I think
shiz.
that's the girl in you though, because I
What?
hate shopping. Like I just want to get what I need. I made sure I stocked up on all the condiments and
You're
mixes
so
and
a college
spices,
student.
and then, well, now the kitchen's made. It's like, okay, I want a steak. I got everything else I need for the steak. Let me just go out and buy the steak. You know what I mean?
You
Rather
live a
than-
simplistic life for sure. I enjoy being like, I guess, that little mom not mom figure of like buying groceries and making dinner and having this all like figured out and organized.
Do you have like a menu for the week?
I do.
my
Do you judge me?
No,
I
I
don't
wish,
know.
dude.
That
I
face kind of like
wish.
a judging face.
I wish.
You wish you could be like
yeah,
me?
I wish I lived with somebody that had a menu. It's like,
My
we're gonna
parents-
eat this.
Get this. My parents have the next month figured out. They know what they only go grocery shopping once a month, and they have 2 carts. My mom pushes
they
one,
live
my
out in the
dad pushes
country?
one. No, they
Oh,
live
wow.
15 minutes from a grocery store. They only grocery shop once. Yeah, talk about BA skills right there.
this my fridge is actually the fullest it's ever been ever.
Hey, speaking of
You
which, can I
got
have that
milk,
beer?
eggs, and bread.
Can I come by for that beer?
Mainly because
That beer.
I mean I have, huh?
the beer in your fridge. You still
Oh,
got
it's
it?
actually on my porch because it's cold
yes,
outside.
icing.
Yeah, you can come by and pick that up. But
Yeah.
it's Lent.
It's Lent.
It's
He-
Lent right now, so
he gave up drinking
I gave up drinking, soda, and going out to eat.
and women.
Kudos, dude. How
Funny.
did you manage to do that?
He's hilarious, everybody.
I'll be here all week. Make sure you tip your
he'll be
waitress.
here. He'll be here next Friday. But I actually, as one of the main thing is I've been not going out to eat, so I actually have bought a lot of food, which is weird because it's hard for me to eat all this food because it either goes
you know,
bad.
speaking of food, and we used to have the talk all the time about the ramen and me not ever eating
I
it.
love ramen.
I love ramen too.
Lyra went and found those like kind of little bits and pieces in it, like the vegetables and like the good stuff. It's really cheap, but it's like better than the average. I don't even know what it's called, but it's good. Like I've started eating ramen again, and I have gone like 15 years without eating ramen. Because
How old are you?
That's
old.
he's
I'm
older.
47.
He's 86.
32.
He's 19.
12.
This is getting creepier. Okay,
At heart.
number 15. Save animals or something.
In the arms of the angel. Hi, I'm Sarah McLaughlin.
Anyway.
I'm Jerry
McLaughlin.
Okay,
I'm the
we're not
Glockenspiel.
hating. I appreciate Sarah McLaughlin going to the extent that she has for animals. I think that's awesome. I save trees. I recycle.
I
So.
do. I mean, and you know what? That's why I said at first I thought this was kind of lame, but then now that I think about it, I've like for the longest time I quit doing bottled water because it's horrible.
You're saving our planet one plastic bottle at a time.
No,
Thank you, Jeremy.
I mean, like once a week, there's enough water bottles used worldwide to go around the world 7 times
Isn't that crazy?
in 1 week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find that ad, post it on our page.
It's the story of stuff is what made me realize that.
Story of stuff.
And it doesn't get recycled; it gets downcycled, which
Exactly.
means it's turned into something that eventually is going to be thrown away anyways.
Right, and it's just gonna
So.
add to the, nasty stuff out there.
What is the number 16? Start saving change. Start giving change to the homeless.
Oh, I have a hard time with this one. I have a really hard time with this one. I have witnessed homeless, quote unquote, people on the side of the road take change. Really long light. I think I stayed there for 2 rounds of lights, whatever. Walk from the middle of this little median to a brand new car. I kid you not. I wish I had it on video. What?
I'm not for sure. Like, I won't give money to homeless, but like I'll go around the corner to a liquor store and buy like a fifth of some cheap whiskey and go hand it to him because yeah, dude. Because it's like, dude,
That's what
don't
people
lie to me.
don't want to get money for them to buy alcohol. That's why they don't.
No, I
Or
just
because they're already
don't
rich
lie.
or something.
I give them food usually.
I give them
Yeah,
a gift card to
food.
food, like
No, I won't
McDonald's
do gift card or not, but like food or like alcohol
Or
or
whiskey.
cigarettes. Yeah,
yeah.
whiskeys or alcohol or cigarettes because, dude, that's what they're gonna spend it on anyways. I mean, why not just
Might as well just give it to
yeah.
them. Save them a trip.
Yeah.
Let's just all carry little whiskey bottles in our car.
But what if they're homeless and they don't want that?
What if?
What
they-
the
what
heck,
if,
bro?
Ooh, yeah. What if they're homeless because
Well,
of their
then don't
drinking
say no.
bottles?
Then they'll say, I'm working. I
don't-
had them tell me that before. I tried to give a 40 ounce of Budweiser in Dallas to this homeless guy. He's like, no, thanks, I'm working. And my friend looked at me and said, did that guy just say he's working?
Yeah, well, it's their job. That's what they do. I mean, they don't
Hey,
have to
man,
tax on it.
they said no, so I didn't give it to him.
Yeah, that's difficult for some people too. I think.
I'll tell you what, let's go to a break. We'll come back and finish out 17, 18, and through 25. You're listening to This and That on The Wire, your student radio.
Oh,
Get it?
yeah.
It's one of my favorite bands.
This and that on the wire.
You're listening
Fridays, 1 to 3. Keegan, Jeremy. Angel.
I bet you wonder how I knew about your plans to make me blue
Ooh,
with
that was
some
deep.
other girl
That's deep, man.
you knew before.
It's Lent. I can't. No girls.
Nice save.
If you're just listening in, we are currently in the top 25 things you should start doing now that you are 25. We have left off at number 17, and that is, Angel, what is that?
Learn how to live with someone else.
Which is hard to do. Even if it's just a roommate, it's hard.
It's very
do.
difficult.
I never had a
Yeah.
roommate. If I could tell you, it'd probably be hard.
I'm just saying it's kind of
I think it's going to be really hard for you.
It would be.
Even if it's a girlfriend.
He
I
can
bet
do
it's going to
it.
be really... You're going
Be
to have these times where you're
optimistic.
sitting in the car by yourself because it's the only place you have to go alone. And you're going to be thinking
It's
like...
an idol. I'm jamming to my songs. I'm
Exactly.
like, this is where I need to be.
You'll pull up from work and you'll just sit in your car for 5 minutes and thinking, like, man,
Jeremy, be optimistic.
I know this guy, dude.
He knows
Still,
This is being optimistic. Me and pessimistic would be like, oh,
This
dude,
is some of the
you're
nicest
gonna
things he's ever said.
You're gonna fluff and
I feel
you're gonna
so
hate
bad
it.
for you. Are you?
That's all right.
Do you want to talk later about this?
Okay. No girls. Lent,
Okay,
you know.
Lent.
I'm not even.
You're not invited.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It is hard to learn to live with somebody else, and
I think college prepares you for that too. Dorms, hello.
Well, even when you're like traveling with somebody, like I remember traveling to Germany with all our students. I remember going to Ireland. Like you get a little flustered on little things sometimes with people that you're with.
You know,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
can
why I
only-
was wondering how like Lyra took it when we first, because she had lived by herself forever. I mean, yeah, she hung out with people and, you know, but I feel
you guys
so
gotten
weird
better,
too.
right?
No, yeah, now it's
No,
natural.
it's
Now, like
not.
I would miss. I'd
Aw.
miss her if like
Yeah.
Right.
I look forward to going home in the evenings. You know, like after a
like
night
that.
out with the friends or whatnot.
Sure.
Because
Yeah, Jeremy's always like, yeah, man, I gotta go home. You know, I haven't seen Lyra all week.
I know
And I'm
that
like,
feeling.
okay, man, you take care. You have fun.
exactly.
And yeah, that's like a highlight. He's like,
Speaking
yeah.
of our loved ones, shout out to Trey Smith. He is listening. Hi, baby.
Hey, baby.
Okay,
Hey.
that's weird. Don't call my baby
Hey, baby.
How you doing?
How you doing?
you
man?
guys are weird.
And,
So-
and takes us back to our list. Number 18. It's worded really weird on the list. But basically, it's like
How
your,
would you
your
word-
drunk hookups don't have to be drunk hookups anymore. They can just be hookups, right? Is that a good way of putting it?
Yeah.
It's
maybe?
Lent. I can't talk about this.
Okay, him and I can come back up. So start doing.
Yeah. Start
Yeah.
doing your weird stuff
Stuff
while
while
sober
sober.
instead of using being drunk as an excuse
I think
to
it's. I
to
think
be
it's
in hit.
yeah.
You know, basically, you know, be okay with the weird things that you do while you're
sober.
inebriated. Like, be okay with it sober.
Sure.
You know, learn to enjoy those weird aspects of you being you
Yeah.
that you've been running from all those years.
I think this is also saying don't always have to be drunk to enjoy yourself or the time you're having.
And you don't always have to be drunk to use that as an excuse.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
'Cause
start doing all your
people know that it's
weird
lies.
alone time stuff with other people that you do drunk. Is that a good way of putting it?
Let's just go on. Let's just move
number
on.
19.
Oh, look at Keegan's turning red.
I'm turning red
Look,
because
he's
it's
all
Lent.
pink.
Okay, look after your body. Number 19.
pink.
Yeah, I've started noticing this in my slow downfall of my life. I've noticed I've packed on a few pounds.
This is different though than the other list where it said start watching what you're eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I remember in high school, I was always doing sports. I was very active, and once college hit, I was kind of working all the time and drinking.
And I want to make sure that people don't take this the wrong way. But number 19, start looking after your body. That doesn't mean like, oh, go out and work out
Yeah.
just to look good. No, it means work out to
For
you
your
know,
own health.
Yeah, for your health and not for your
Yeah.
looks. Like if you're working out just to have the hard body because that makes you happy, well then yeah, okay, I guess that's fine. But if you're doing it because you're worried about how you look to other people,
Yeah.
you're working
Do
out for
it-
the wrong reason.
Do it for you.
Yeah, go get fat and learn to be okay with being fat, and then work out because it's a healthy thing to do.
Wise words of Jeremy.
And it's not like you have to go like lifting weights, but maybe walk a mile more a day, or
And that's
Just
just, it,
little
is
things.
walking.
take the stairs.
Well, walking, dude. Walk to work, ride your bike to work, because you see things that you normally pass up in your car just zooming.
Mm-hmm.
And food. I mean, oh my gosh. I know it's a convenience to do like fast food, but guys, really, it's not food.
Yeah,
It's
it-
not.
if you ever burned yourself out on fast food by the age of 25, you're fortunate. You're the chosen few.
I'm like 21 going on 35 because I eat like hardcore healthy
Maybe
stuff
you
and I
sh-
don't like
oh.
fast foods.
I love fast food, but that's why I gave it up. For Lent.
See number 20.
How long?
Number 20. I
Till
think
April
I think
1st.
Keegan has a couple
Okay.
of these.
Own one nice thing you would save from a fire if your house burned down.
Yeah. I can see
what
you
would
running
that
back
be?
in.
I gotta think now. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna
No,
think.
your computer right there, dude. That's your one.
I mean, that's
That's
the-
one of your biggest investments that you've made.
That's probably as an early adult.
Yeah.
Okay, so your laptop. What about you, Jeremy?
My Lyra.
Aww.
He's just
Bing,
saying
bing, bing, bing,
that.
bing, bing, bing.
What if she wasn't in there though? But you had to get an
Yeah.
actual.
What if it
Those-
had to be an
those-
actual item?
Those panties are coming down. Bing,
That
bing,
is
bing, bing, bing. No, I'm just
disgusting.
kidding.
Not on the radio, dude. More like a decline.
I'm getting lucky tonight. I'm saying all the right things on the radio. Ain't that right, Laura Lou? Woo.
I'm so leaving right now.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
One thing that I would save from a fire. Man, I got some stuff. Dude, I got lots of things I'd save from a fire. Where before, when I was 25, or when I was younger in my early 20s, I wouldn't. There's a lot of stuff I would have just let burn because I
Just
was
let it
cheap. And
burn.
yeah, I could have replaced it. And I think
Gotta let
that's
it burn,
that
burn,
suggests
burn.
that this is getting at is,
Yeah. I get it.
invest in your world that you create, that you call your apartment or your house or whatever.
Right on. Thank you for that.
Maybe my Nintendo 64 too. It's been around since 1996. I got a 96.
I was 3 years old when that came out.
Yeah, I was 4. High five.
Okay, 21. I think I know some like people that retired that still never did this one.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
I'm already doing this one right now.
Me too.
I love it. Get a job you
Love
like.
it.
Get a job
Now-
you love.
Yeah, no, get a job that you like and you'll learn to love it.
Because
If you do something that you, what's that saying? If you do something that you love,
you never
not-
work a
you've
day.
never worked. You'll
Amen.
never work a day in your life.
I'm still working on this one myself.
I mean, I can easily say once I started going to college
Yeah.
and started doing broadcasting, every job that I've had that involved broadcasting has been so much fun.
See, I stumbled into it and I was just like, dude, I was a business major, checked out mass communications. The next thing you know what, I was loving every single minute of it, dude.
I graduated high school. I thought I was going to be a history teacher. My parents said we're moving to Oklahoma again. And I ended up,
How'd you take that? Did you get mad?
I was a little frustrated at first. I was kind of, I don't know. I was like, I was used to it moving, so that wasn't a big deal. But it kind of sucked to leave high school where all your high school friends were. But, you know, looking now from all that I've done.
See, because I don't see you being pissed off or mad about.
I mean, I don't honestly remember how
You
I
seem
felt.
too easygoing.
I'm usually like
He
Sunday
knows
morning.
you really well, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've done everything for the past 4 years,
Everything.
a lot of stuff,
No,
except
everything.
the lens stuff.
except we
But,
don't talk about certain things that we left in Las Vegas.
Oh, God.
Oh, really?
He said,
Conversations.
You
we're gonna
didn't
have
pay
after
the
this.
dollar
see what's
Yeah,
under
don't
her
look.
hoodie for $1.
for $1.
See her third toe for $1.
But I mean,
That's so
my first job really,
Third toe.
I worked at Target. I hated Target. I worked at Hobby Lobby. I didn't like Hobby Lobby.
Jeremy, question.
Hold on, I'm talking.
Sorry. I was referring to the Target. I mean, would
he
you
likes
find,
Target.
I love Target too. I mean,
You have to tell me you don't like Target. I don't like
I
Target.
like Target until the people at Walmart found it.
And he won't date anybody from Target
that was
either.
kind of a,
I'm serious, dude. Like I went out to Target not too long ago, and there's like this lady with excess skin hanging out all over the place, pushing another lady, full-grown lady, riding in the cart down the aisle. And I'm like, oh god, they found.
They
Target,
discovered
dude.
Target. Hey, Ma.
You've seen the people of Walmart, like .com, right? They have
yeah,
pictures of
the
all
pictures
the
they have. Sure.
Yeah, dude. It was like somebody. It was like a picture like that.
Like
that
I remember
you could've
seeing a
took.
few where it was.
There's
you know,
nothing wrong with Target.
No. But like when you wear a shirt as a dress, that says something about you. I'm sorry. Stay home.
Anyway, you know, broadcasting. Jimmy and I, we've worked with the Barons. We worked with Chris Turner. Chris Turner is the host, the guy we had on earlier today, has really helped us with some cool gigs. Women's College World Series, which has been one of our favorite jobs we do every summer. Oklahoma City Red Hawks. We've done a few Oklahoma City Barons games. We work at Sooner Vision. Heck, I'm working for ESPN on Saturday, which is really cool.
Stepping it up, man.
Man,
Look at you.
What else are you doing?
Got to travel to Arizona with the baseball team. You know, got per diem and all that stuff. And it's just like, you know, I could be doing this, and I love it. I honestly don't call it work because I love it so much. And
I
look,
idolize you
We have
guys.
this radio show. I mean, this is not really work. This is a class, but I mean, I could do something like this. This is it's just fun.
I know. You know, when I leave at the end of the 2 hours, I'm like, man, already.
It really, I mean, yeah, it really does fly by. We only have
Well-
13 minutes left, really.
Number 22 is care about politics, man. Know what's going on in the world. It pays because you need to get out there and vote. You need to get out there and make a difference. Even if you think that it don't make a difference, it does, and it gives you a right to complain, to be mad about the way things are if you do go vote. So
Yeah, I
college
never
students go
really
vote.
liked it when
register.
people were like, "Yeah, I hate
Do your
Obama,"
part.
or "I hate George W. Bush," and I'd ask why, and they said because my parents hate him. Like, you gotta develop your own agenda.
Yeah, that's weird,
Your own
dude.
political.
Your own
That's
Ideology.
unrespectable.
thoughts. Yeah.
Number 23, stop trying to be your heroes.
Unless your hero is like one of your parents, then go for it.
I think it's talking about like heroes
Yeah,
you
like-
see, like
Hunter S. Thompson. Quit trying to
celebrities.
like be yourself. Quit trying to like idolize. I mean, quit idolizing somebody else other than who you are as an individual. Idolize yourself, man. Be your own hero.
Okay.
You know?
24. Brunch.
brunch. I love brunch.
I love brunch too.
You know any good brunch places in the area?
Yeah. Edmond.
That's not in the area.
Okay, that's
That's kind of far.
it's like 30 minutes from
Yeah, I
here.
don't want to drive 30 minutes for brunch.
if you left in time, like if it was for breakfast and then you drove there, it'd be like brunch.
I guess you're right. What's it called?
No.
Brunch is my
Forget.
breakfast.
I have to think of it.
All right. Well, here's the last one.
And it's an all-inspiring one. And I think that everybody should take away from this list at least number 25.
Embrace the novelty of growing up.
Yeah, dude, have fun with it. Live every single day like you're going to learn something new tomorrow
I'm going to say it.
and enjoy it.
You ready?
Seize the day.
Drum roll. YOLO.
No.
Come
No.
on.
That,
Okay.
no,
It kinda
YOLO
pairs well with this.
YOLO would be like, do something stupid every day.
You know what yellow?
But that's embracing the
No.
moment.
No.
Come on.
No.
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 But this is why you're on the show. So
No,
we can
this is
disagree.
why you only had one day on the show.
You're fired.
I hate both of you.
We love you too. YOLO is not.
There's somebody out there
Yeah.
listening agreeing with me.
No,
There is
it's
somebody
no.
out there.
YOLO to
but
YOLO.
they are also YOLOers.
No, you don't have to be a YOLOer to understand what YOLO and
I feel like people
live by
who
it.
I feel like people who yell YOLO before they do something
Typically die.
are never really ever living life.
I don't know about that one.
Well, we finished our list.
It's that time.
Ready?
Yeah.
One,
and a
two,
and a
one, two, three, four.
Beer,
Beer,
beer
of the week. Beer, beer, beer of the week. Beer, beer, beer of the week. Beer, beer, beer of the week.
This beer of the week comes all the way from AK, our genuine friend.
Very genuine.
Yeah, she mentioned Amberbach came out with a new beer. It's a Belgian wheat. I believe we did Shinerbach before, right? I said
is
Amberbach,
correct.
but it was actually Shinerbach, I meant to say. So the beer of the week is Shinerbach's newest Belgian wheat. It is called, as I'm pulling it up, Really Scrumptious.
Scrumdiddlyumptious, baby.
Because I'm actually going to go try some of this.
It looks pretty good. If you have a beer of the week that you guys like to hear, make sure to go on our Facebook page, post it, and we try our best to pick a different beer every week. Something that we haven't had, something that we have had, something that we can talk about next week. So beer of the week, always something new. If we've already said it, then chances are we're not going to use it again. So make sure to go on our Facebook page at facebook.com/thisandthatwire. That again is facebook.com/thisandthatwire. Not and, but the letter N, this and that. And Angel,
Yes.
you know, you just turned 21 recently. What's a beer that you really do like? Do you even drink beer? I don't know if you ever drank beer.
It's not my go-to, and it's kind of cliche, but I totally go for a Corona.
And she's fired. Fire her right now.
That was last week's.
I know.
You're a week late.
Yeah.
Nobody informed me.
You didn't listen?
No, I mean, I did.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I guess
Yep.
I really am fired, huh? Oh, well, it was nice.
Well, it was nice having you on the show.
Yeah, thanks. And
I'm just
listeners,
kidding.
I hope you guys enjoy these too.
We can't talk about the beer of the week without talking about responsible drinking and consumption of alcoholic beverages, for the simple fact that OU offers a Safe Ride voucher program, and that allows people who have had a little bit too much and want to be responsible about having adult beverages an opportunity to have a safe ride home. All you have to do is simply stop by the Oklahoma Memorial, the Conoco wing of the Oklahoma Memorial Union from 10 p.m. to, I'm reading the wrong one, ain't I? Anyways, you got from noon to 7 p.m. Pick up your Safe Ride voucher Monday through Fridays. It's good for that following week, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, all the way till 3 a.m. in the morning from 9 p.m. those evenings.
I have to say, that's pretty cool. I don't know many colleges that do that.
It's a new thing. It's actually started nationwide, and we were one of the early adapters. So, you know, OU wants their students to be safe. We know not everybody listening drinks, and those that do drink aren't all 21. So be responsible. It's not about getting wasted. What is it, Keegan?
It's not about
Getting wasted.
Getting wasted. It's about having fun.
It's about having a really good time
And
with your friends, enjoying.
I personally have used it, as I mentioned every week on the show. If you do decide to use the Safe Ride voucher, make sure you call the cab about 45 minutes to an hour before you plan on actually leaving, because those guys are busy with other people too, depending on the week. So make sure you plan ahead. Plan when you think you're going to leave, and then make the call when you find it suitable. So, Safe Ride voucher program. If you know where the wire booth is, there's those doors leading outside right next to us. You walk out through that door, you show them your ID, and they will give you 3 voucher tickets. And the thing too is, if you don't plan on using them, give them to somebody one night that may need one. And we know a few people that have used it and they love it. It's a great program. So, Safe Ride voucher. Always be responsible when coming to stuff. So, Jerry, we only have a few minutes left in our show, and surprisingly, I think Angel got us some people to like our page.
That's what I'm saying.
We got some shout-outs. But first, we got a shout-out to our...
I just put the beer of the week up, so guys, go check it out. It's Shiner's Blonde. What is it? Oh, I'm sorry, I just lost it. Here it is. White Wing.
Ooh.
Check it out. It's a new one.
So we got some shout-outs.
Look right here.
Oh.
See it? It's pretty.
Yeah.
It is
I see you. I see your pretty face.
Oh, that's nice.
I see yours pretty face too.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Weird. Thanks.
I see yours, yeah. That's weird.
Braxton Snodgrass. Shout out to Braxton Snodgrass for listening. Tommy Castor.
Mr. Dave.
He must have heard that I was talking about Target.
Yeah.
Former friend from Target.
Target. There you go. Just representing them.
We
Our
have
faithful listener, Ken Blatz.
Kenneth Bletz. We have Shirley Driscoll Pig, who is a friend of Chris Turner's. We have Kim Hillard Fox, who is also a friend of Chris Turner's. So Chris has gotten some people as well. We had Braxton. We had Juzar.
Juicer. He's my fiance's coworker.
Oh, that's cool.
Shout out to Juicer. Thanks, man.
And shout out to, how do you say it? Rachel Anzawa. And she said, shout out Travis Rufio Davis. So happy belated to Travis.
JC Mussman?
Yeah, I went to school with her in the Panhandle. She's a cool chick.
Grace
Thanks,
Grace Ritchie.
Thanks, Grace.
And Carlos Manzano.
Candace Zunino.
She was one of my managers at Panera. Shout out to Candace.
And it goes without saying, shout out to Miss Carino.
Shout out to Angel to bring all these likes. What?
Yeah, shout
Matthew
out to
Lee. Aurora Tapia. Sorry if I don't pronounce
Philip
these right.
Paz. Did you get them?
Oh, Philip Paz.
Yeah.
I had acting classes with him. He is an up-and-coming actor. Shout out to Philip.
All right. Well,
Barbie Benton.
Jamie Barrett.
Wow, we have a lot this week.
A lot of shout-outs.
This is why we keep you.
I know. Isn't that
awesome? You're reinstated. My mother. Hi, Mom.
Tina Mina. Lovely lady.
It's another great week here at This and That. We have Angel Burke with us now for the rest of the season, and she just, is going to make it much better, much more awesome. Angel, thanks so much for being on our show now forever and ever, and you're never going to leave us ever.
That's kind of weird. Okay, but thank you. That was nice.
All right, Jer. Anything you like to say before we leave?
Still not for sure what we'll talk about next week, but it's going to be a great show, so make sure you join us next week. Make sure you tell your friends about us. Shout out to all the listeners we didn't get to.
We love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. See us next Friday from 1 to 3 on The Wire, your student radio.